October pleases the eyes with a beautiful range of colorful leaves. The days are rainier, cooler and much shorter. In October there is already a lot of free space in the main crop beds. We collect pumpkins, red beets, parsley, cabbage, carrots, potatoes, and other vegetables. There are still late varieties of apples, pears, and plums to be harvested, as well as quinces. However, you can prepare spring vegetables this month by sowing them directly into the ground right now. It is worth taking advantage of the fact that the temperatures are moderate and the soil is mostly moist. Early sowing will allow us to harvest the next season earlier, and the plants will avoid some of the pests that attack young plants in spring. However, remember to choose winter varieties. The frost-resistant and fast-growing ones with a short growing season will be harvested this season. However, we can also sow those that we collect in the spring and their seeds overwinter in the soil. We'll have less work in the spring. Before planting the plants, you need to prepare the soil just like in spring. It should be weeded, dug up, acidified or limed, and at least 3 weeks before sowing, supplemented with fertilizer and mixed with compost. Throughout October, you can plant clove winter garlic, harvested in the spring. The Harness or Okran variety will be good. It is planted to a depth of 5 centimeters. The harvest will be in July. Garlic planted in autumn yields earlier than planted in spring. If it is warm October, it is better to postpone garlic planting until November. Same for the elephant garlic. Wild garlic sown now, will rise in the spring. Winter onion with spring onions, e.g. Roska, Cherniakowska, Fiesta, and Zytoska should be planted 4 cm deep and their size should be over 2 cm thick. It will survive this way the winter. For cultivation, it is recommended to place after crops on manure, or to fertilize the bed with decomposed compost, at least 2 weeks before the date of sowing. Before winter, the bed should be covered with straw. If the plants are covered with agrotextile in the spring, the harvest will take place in mid-April. This is the time to plant the sea kale that will emerge in March. When it grows too dense, the sown seedlings should be planted in a permanent place when they are in the 4 to 5 leaf stage. In the first year of cultivation, the yield is low. Only in the following years is abundant harvest of leaves and flowers for food. Winter spinach, e.g. matador or winter giant, we sow only in cold October, so that it sprouts in the spring. If it is too warm, postpone sowing spinach to the next month. If it does, protect it from frost with mulch or fleece. Frost-resistant varieties such as Prima or Castor will be the best for pre-winter sowing. Early harvesting will be possible from April. Lamb's lettuce sown throughout October has a chance to grow in autumn. It is frost-resistant, so you can enjoy it even in winter. If it is too cold, it will not rise until spring. We can also sow ordinary lettuces. Autumn is the right time because they do not form an inflorescence so quickly and they set heads faster, and they require a temperature of only 12 degrees Celsius to germinate. They can be grown under cover. After October 15th, sow dill. It will rise in the spring. If it comes up sooner, the frost will destroy it, so it's better to sow it later. This way we will get a very early harvest of this vegetable in spring. The best winter varieties are Smaragd, Ambrosja, Lucullus, Amat. Before sowing dill, the soil should be fed with nettle slurry or with nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizer. If the weather does not forecast the temperature above 4 degrees, you can already sow carrots and winter parsley, but the frost will surely destroy some of the plants, so sow them thickly. Suitable varieties of parsley are Kukrowa, Koska, Lenka. Best carrot will be Kalina, Karo, Amsterdamska, Primo, Espredo, Calibra, Chammer. Carrots and parsley start to sprout at 4 degrees Celsius, so it's better to sow them at the last moment before frost sets in. It may be in November or even in the first days of December. Parsley winters slightly better than carrots, and in spring the seedlings tolerate frosts better. The harvest will take place at the end of May and throughout June. Flowers that are worth sowing in the beds between vegetables are, for example, marigolds that will rise in the spring, but also lavender planted now will grow better. We protect everything that has come up too early with non-woven fabrics against frost. There is a chance that they will last until spring. We also remember to water the seedlings. By dividing carp we now multiply rhubarb, lovage, and savory. We also plant horseradish in a row of perennial vegetables. You can also sow sorrel, which will emerge in the spring and will renew every year as a perennial. We reproduce by layering climbers such as hops. Do not cut off the shoots, but slightly incise them, press them to the ground and cover them with sand. We also plant Jerusalem artichoke tubers, which can regenerate through the rhizomes and tubers left in the soil, so it is worth planting it the way so that it does not take over the entire area. During this period, we also plant fruit trees and bushes dug out of the ground. Apple trees, pear trees, plums, walnuts, hazelnuts, currants, chokeberry, blueberry, gooseberry, honeysuckle, raspberries, and blackberries. But if we plant thornless blackberries, it will require protection against frost. Remember not to plant trees that are thermophilic, such as cherries, peaches, apricots, nectarines, figs. It is better to plant them in the spring, and if you plant them in the fall, remember to cover them and protect them from frost.